Yeah, thank you, sir, for introducing me. So this session is more about how I could have hacked your Facebook, Twitter, Uber, and Tinder accounts. So just to let you know that I've been given permission by these companies to talk about these vulnerabilities in public, and these issues were responsibly disclosed to these companies and fixed by them, and they paid me bounties for it. So this is the agenda. So intro about myself, why is security important, uh, case studies of Facebook, Uber, Twitter, Tinder. That's it. So I'm founder of AppSecure, ex Flipkart, ex VITN. I did my internship at Cybercrime Gurgaon Police. I'm top ranked hacker on Facebook's bug bounty program. I was ranked. I found my first bug in Facebook in 2013. Then I was ranked 39th at that point of time. Then in 2014, second rank in Facebook White Hat list worldwide. 15 third rank, 16 second. 2017 fifth rank. So then fourth rank in Uber's bug bounty program till date, third rank in Twitter's bug bounty program list, and then 2017 I made into Forbes 30 under 30 list of Asia enterprise tech category. So why security important? So for all the cyber security students, right? So why are you into this course? You want to become a security engineer one day, or you want to be in some different field of cyber security. So so when you work with a company, right? Let's say you work with Facebook after 2 years of your graduation, or when you graduate. So your end goal will be to basically find as many as vulnerabilities as you can, educate internal team on security, educate developers, and create a security awareness inside an organization. So breaches and leaks spoils a brand reputation. So we in past few weeks we have heard news of Unacademy getting hacked, uh, and Urban Club also got hacked. So multiple companies got hacked in past few years, and they spoils a brand reputation. So that's why security is important. And then competitors exploit security loopholes to get companies user data, retarget customers. So if your company's data is out there in public, then that can be bought by any other random black hat hacker, or and the company's competitor to retarget customers of some other company whose data is leaked. Then there are issues like monetary loss. So if there is a payment gateway bypass, so let's say there is an e-commerce site, and if you are able to purchase anything for free without paying anything, without paying nothing, so that's a business loss directly to the company. Then user data is at stake, privacy issues. So let's say if your data is out there in public, I can get hold of your address given you have stored your address in the company, or I can get hold of your phone number. So these kind of issues do matter. So you don't want your address or your phone number to get leaked, or any of your financial information. So that's why security is important. So we'll move on to Facebook vulnerabilities. So I found a way to hack any of Facebook's 2 billion accounts, and they paid me $15,000 bounty for it. So this bug was very easy to discover. So when you go to facebook.com, right, and if you have forgot your password, you go to click on forgot password option, and then you enter your phone number or email address, and then an OTP will be sent to your mobile phone or email address that you can enter to reset your password. So if you try multiple attempts, let's say 20, 30 attempts on me in facebook.com, you will be blocked after some attempts saying you are being rate limited, and you cannot brute force the OTP. But if you try all, as an engineering student, right, if you try all combinations, let's say from 000 to 9999, if you have found a way to make sure the Facebook systems um, uh, don't don't allow you to brute force it or allows you to brute force the OTP, then you can successfully hack into anyone's account. So Facebook used to have two subdomains. One was beta.facebook.com, and then there was lucasite.facebook.com. So both the domains are very similar to facebook.com. So if you are logged in into facebook.com into your account, and if you go to beta.facebook.com, you will see the same data. You will see you are logged in into the Facebook domain, and you can send messages and do anything. So I tried the same attack on these two domains, and interestingly, I was not getting rate limited on these two domains. So using these two domains, right, anyone could have logged in into your account by trying all the combinations of the OTP, which anyways it's number, so you know what all parameters can exist on the backend. So Facebook fixed it by expiring OTP after some time, and they also implemented rate limiting on sensitive endpoints to prevent brute force. So if you log into any e-commerce site or any site these days, right, when you receive an OTP, you typically get another message in the same message saying this OTP is only valid for 10 minutes. So brute forcing is indeed possible in 10 minutes of time if you use multiple threads. But uh, companies implement two types of control. They expire the OTP after 10 minutes, as well as they have a rate limiting on their end to prevent any brute force attack. So that's how you can prevent any hack related to brute force attacks. So this was the timeline. This issue was sent to Facebook on 2016 Feb 22nd. Then I verified the fix in the next day, and a bounty of $15,000 was awarded by Facebook on March 2nd. So this was a very easy bug. So if you write code after a few years, so you will also be writing similar APIs for the backend. So in that case, you should try to avoid these basic mistakes in the code which you write. So this one was another easy bug. So I could have posted from anyone's profile on facebook.com. So if you are on Facebook, I could have posted from your profile to your friend's profile. I could have posted from your profile to some random person or any celebrity's profile to your profile saying thanks. So Facebook had launched a new feature using which a user can post a video on behalf saying thanks to their friends. So basically, the API request looked like this. So when you write code, right, you write APIs on the backend. So to make sure your information is being processed. So you can read more about APIs on over the internet. So this is how the API call looked like. So if you look at the request, it's a post request / thanks / send / async is the path on the backend, and there are two parameters which are going in. So one is uh, sender ID, and then there is a receiver ID. So sender ID, if you clearly look at it, it's a sequential number, or maybe some numerical ID, which is maybe non-sequential in this case. So this ID is public on Facebook. So what if you change this sender ID to some other user's ID? So using my session cookies, using my password, I change sender ID to your ID, and video will be posted from your account to the receiver's ID. So I can change receiver ID to some other user's ID. So this is one of the basic bugs in security where authorization level checks are missing. So let's say when you shop on any e-commerce site, let's say you go to an e-commerce site, you add an item to your cart, you place an order. So after placing the order, right, you will see a URL getting formed saying www.ecommercesite.com/order ID equal to 123 or some number. with that page will have your order related information, like the item which you have ordered, your physical address, your phone number. So what if you change that 123 to some other ID? Let's say your friend also ordered some other item on that website, and his or her order ID is 124. So what if you change that 123 to 124 in your browser? So ideally, you shouldn't be able to see the other users' data, but companies do have such kind of loopholes where you change order ID to your order ID to other users' order ID, and you will get that information, physical address and item your friend has ordered and his or phone number back on the page. So that's a bug, and that similar bug I'm discussing on Facebook.com. So we call it as authorization related issues, insecure direct object references. So this is the most common bug, and the easiest to find. So you should try doing these things where a company is allowing you to participate in bug bounty program, or so you are legally not challenged. So this was the timeline. It was sent in 2014, and it was fixed in a day's time, and a bounty of 12,500 US dollars was awarded for this particular issue. So Uber vulnerabilities. So I found a bug which allowed me to use Uber for free. So again, this was the API call. Users can when you use Uber, right? If you're logged in into your Uber account, you have to select your pickup location, drop location, and then you have to select the payment method which you are going to use. It can be cash or your credit card or your Paytm or some other ID. So when you store something onto some database, right? Unique identifiers for them are created on the backend system. Let's say if my credit card number is some 16 digits, and there will be other data associated with my card, so it will be stored with an identifier on the backend. It can be a random number, but it won't. So every payment method which is getting stored on any system will have different identifiers on the backend system. So what if you so you change that identifier to my identifier? So you are requesting a ride, and somehow in the API call which Uber is firing to the backend system, the ride request API call. What if you change the user, the payment method ID of yours to mine? So ideally, you should get an error message saying you are not allowed to use this payment method ID because this does not belong to you. So that was happening here. If you look at the API call, payment method ID is some XYZ random character. So I tried entering your payment method ID in the API call, and I was thrown an error saying you are not authorized to use this payment method ID because this does not belong to you. That issue was fixed. So in the next moment, I tried entering some random invalid identifier in the API call. Let's say some number like 123 XYZ ABC, single quote, double quote. And indeed, the backend was accepting those IDs because those IDs were not existing in the database. It actually booked the ride for me. So after the end of the ride, I was not, so the ride was prepaid. So it was not asking me to pay in cash or some other form of payment method. So that was the bug. So bounty of $5,000 was awarded for this particular issue. So I could have logged in into any Uber driver account based in India. So this issue was very simple. So when you book a ride in Uber, right? What information do you see of a driver? It will be first name, last name, and the vehicle number of a driver. So 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 this is the only information which I see of a driver, and phone number is anyways anonymized these days. So, for me to hack into any Uber driver account based in India, I only have this information. So, interestingly, I myself enrolled as a driver in Uber, and after few days, I got a message saying, "This is your password. This is your username." So, my username was ANAN, and 1234 is my vehicle number. So, ANAN1234, and password was also ANAN1234. So Uber was setting weak username password on registering with Uber as a driver. So this was a very basic issue. So we also do use a lot of weak passwords in our day-to-day life. So make sure you don't use your phone number, or you use multiple same password across multiple applications, or so that's very weak. So try to use stronger password, random password, and if you ever write web application in future, right, make sure you write an application in a way so that no default passwords are generated. If they are generated, then they needs to be generated via a secure method, and also they should be completely random. No one should be able to predict the algorithm which you are using. Indeed, what you can do is, on registration, you can ask the user to set password by sending a temporary link, which you can expire after few minutes of time. So this issue is the most recent one. So I could have logged in into an Uber rider partner driver account. So this issue was very simple. So when you log in into any Uber account, right, using OTP or your password, whatever method you use, then application, the backend infrastructure authenticates um, the API call and sends back you an access token to make sure all the subsequent requests basically use that access token to get hold of your information and to book rides and everything. So for me to hack into your Uber account, what I need is either I need the OTP or password of your account or the access token of your account. So getting hold of OTP password was difficult. So the only way which remained was the getting hold of the access token of the user. So I was looking at some application in Uber, and this was the API call. If you can look at the API call, it says postbonjour.uber.com. So if you are browsing facebook.com, you will see facebook.com as host. So this was the website, and this was the path /marketplace get consent screen details. So this is some method which is responsible for fetching some information related to the user. And if you look at the language, then language is EN, and user UUID is some parameter which is fetching information related to this user UUID. So, and after the host, there is a cookie or access token which is going in, which is fetching information related, which is authenticating the user on Uber, saying this user, the session is valid, and send this information to the user. So if you clearly look at the API call, the first attack vector which should come in your mind is the user UUID thing. So what if you change user UUID to some other user's ID or to your friend's user ID? So, so this was the result. Sorry, 1 second. I will share my browser screen. Yes. So you can see the user UUID over here. And in the response, right, if I change user UUID to your UUID, then the application will return information related to your account. And this was the bug indeed. And you can see things like your address, which is coming in, city, which is coming in, and then you can see things like uh, email token, which is coming in. And there was one more parameter, which is the access token of a user. Where is it? So this is the token. So this is your, if you are logged in into Uber's mobile app, and this is the token which you will be having. So I just need to get hold of your Uber user UUID and I can log in into your account. So for me to hack into your Uber account, I have the token now. The only question is how do I get hold of your random 32, 64-bit, whatever it is, the UUID of yours. So I found another endpoint which leaked this UUID. So this was the endpoint /p3 fleet manager at driver v2. So if I pass on email address of any Uber user, this API will respond saying driver UUID not found. So this is the UID. So if I enter your email address or your phone number and country code, then the API will respond with your UUID. So for me to hack into any account, I just need to know your phone number or email address, and that's sufficient. Once I have the UUID, I can then use the UUID using my session. I can change user UID of mine to yours, and I will get your access token. So once I have your access token, I'm logged in into your account in the mobile app. That's so simple. So that was it. And one second.
Anand, are you there?
Yes, I am there, but there is some issue with screen sharing. So one second.
Okay.
Yes, one second. Yes, can you see
Yeah,
my
yeah.
screen?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes. So this was the bug, and that's it. We'll move on to Twitter vulnerabilities. So in past 2 days, right? You must have heard about a hack which happened on Twitter. So uh, some hacker found something. She did some social engineering and posted from multiple high-profile accounts. Um, for some Bitcoin scam. So I had this kind of superpower long back. So I found a technical bug which allowed me to tweet from any account and delete any existing tweet of any account on Twitter. So so this bug was discovered in 2016, and there was a product on Twitter saying it's still available. It was studio.twitter.com. So studio, can you mute yourself? I'm having some disturbances. Yes. So all API requests on studio.twitter.com were sending a parameter named owner ID, which was Twitter user ID, which is publicly available of the logged in user or any other user. So if you look at the API call, right, you can see tweet.json is the API call, and in the API has attacker ID, attacker's account ID, which is going in, and owner ID is victim's user ID, and title is test tweet. So instead of test tweet, I can write any content, and using my session cookies or my access token, I can change owner ID to some other Twitter's user ID, any celebrity's ID or your Twitter ID, which is publicly available. So without needing your credentials, tweet will be posted from your account of the content, whatever I type in. So that was a simple bug. And if I want to remove any content from Twitter account, I just need to change the media key parameter, which is also publicly available. So if I enter any of your videos or any images ID of Twitter, then that content will be removed from your account. So basically, Twitter was not checking if the logged in user is allowed to tweet on some other user's behalf. So ideally, if I'm logged in into my account, I should only be allowed to tweet from my account, not from your account. So Twitter fixed this issue by implementing a permission check on the login and the access token. So that was the bug. So we'll move on to Tinder vulnerabilities. So I found a bug on Tinder which allowed me to hack into your Tinder account, and this was done in 2013 18, sorry. So if you go to tinder.com, right, you will see this screen coming in. So enter your mobile number, tap next to verify your account with account kit powered by Facebook. You don't need Facebook account to use account kit. So if you enter your mobile number over here, an OTP will be sent to your phone. And if you enter a correct OTP, then an access token will be returned by a third-party service, Account Kit, which is powering the sign-in flow of Tinder. So for me to hack into your Tinder account, I need to get hold of either your OTP or either your Account Kit account. So I went on to accountkit.com, and this was the UI over there. So on the top of the screen, you can see Tinder stop account kit SMS. Remove this app will delete your Tinder account, and you will not be receiving any OTPs from them. So the only way which I have right now is I hack into your account kit account, and once I get hold of your AKS token, which is the access token, if you that's highlighted in the on the screen. So once I have this token, then I can use this token to log in into your Tinder account. So this was the API call. So there was an update phone number API on accountkit.com dashboard. So that allowed me to enter my new phone number and the OTP which I'm receiving on my new phone and the request code, which is automatically populated. It's related to the OTP which is being sent. So I log in into my accountkit.com account. I click on update phone number. I enter my new number, and this is the API call which will be sent. So I enter the correct OTP which is sent to my phone number, and the request code will automatically populated, and in new phone number I enter your phone number. So so account kit was not validating if the OTP and the phone number is matching or not. That was very simple. So I just need to change new phone number to your phone number, and I need to enter my OTP, and request code is already populated, and I will be presented with AKS token in the response. Once I have this token, I can use this token on Tinder to basically log in into your account. So Tinder was actually not checking if this token belongs to Tinder's account kit app or not. So Tinder fixed another bug where they started checking if the access token which is being supplied belongs to their Tinder app's account kit or not. So that was the issue. And so bounty of 6,000 6250 was awarded for this particular issues. So that was it. You can contact me on Instagram, Facebook. These are the accounts, and thank you for attending. So I'm open to questions now. You can send in your questions over chat, and I will start responding to them.
So participants, you can unmute and then you can raise a question. Or in case if you want to use the chat box also, you can type your question. So both the options you can. So someone J is wanting a J. Yeah, please J.
Thank you, Anand sir. It was a great session. So I have a series of questions like, for example, this one reporting. So I heard like if you're not properly reporting, may sometimes the company will sue the guy who found it. Is it?
Yes. So basically, what happens is every company may not have a bug bounty program. So you need to check if a company is allowing external research researchers or external researchers to get hold of the issues. So if a company has not formulated a policy right, then ideally it's wrong, and so that may put you in some danger as well. So I request you to look at the company's bug bounty page or a responsible disclosure page, and then you may try finding issues in the website and report it to them. So it's unethical if a company is not having a responsible disclosure or bug bounty program, and if you try finding out issues in those websites, right, then it may put you in some danger. So you need to be very careful with that.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, we had that recent winter hack. So, what is your opinion about it? Maybe it can be some other a source or some other what is it, a fault in API which you would have found earlier. Can it be like it's
Hmm?
similar to it, right?
Sorry, can you repeat it again? Your
Yeah,
voice was
like
breaking.
okay. So in the recent Twitter hack, so what is your opinion about it? Can it be the same fault, API fault which you had
Yes,
reported?
so the report is out right now. So it was a social engineering attack, and the attacker gained access to some of the internal tool by doing some social engineering on a Twitter employee, and that internal tool allowed any user to tweet from any account, any internal user employee to tweet from any account. So that was a it was not a technical hack, but it was related to social engineering attacks.
Okay, thank you, sir. And last question, sorry. Like, what do you feel that Indian scenario and the culture for cybersecurity now?
No, so when I started, very few companies were doing cybersecurity in 2012, 13. But now the scenario has completely changed. Every company needs a security engineer these days. So it's booming, and you should definitely try to get into this industry if you are not already doing it, if you have some
Yes.
interest.
Thank you.
Fardin is next. Fardin, please.
Thank you so much, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anand, can you
Evening,
please
sir.
switch on camera, Anand?
My internet connection is kind of poor, so.
Okay.
So, sir, first and foremost, thing, sir, thank you for the presentation. It was very inspiring. So, the question was like regarding indirect object reference only. For example, whenever a request has to be put, like for example, if a user is logging in to the account or in any other like Amazon. Sir, many a times this happens that UID changes with the different request, but many a times UID doesn't changes like within the 2 pages. Like when you are making a payment and when the payment gateway is there, the same UI like base UID is being used most of the time. So can we claim that thing to be an IDOR vulnerability?
I'm not sure about it. To be very frank, I haven't looked at the website which you are browsing.
No,
So
no, sir, just sorry to interrupt, but it's just like as an example, I'm saying that if I'm shopping in Amazon or I had a transaction to it, any type of transaction, and both the transaction are having a same UID, and the UID changes of nearly 2 to 3 digits can lead to another customer's like account. So can we say that that is also an IDOR vulnerability?
no. So IDOR is basically about accessing someone else's data using your account. So if you are able to access any other user's account or any other user's information by changing some IDs using your session, then that's a bug. And if you have more doubts around it, you should try reporting it to the concerned site, and they will be able to help you out.
So just one more question. Sorry to take much time. So
No problem.
the question is, so for example, if I reported a bug on as the previous person asked, Mr. J, like regarding if I post, if I inquire to them that this is a vulnerability in your things, and for example, if they're not having any bug bounty programs regarding it, but that is a very huge vulnerable like vulnerability in their portal or what in their website. So is there any chances of getting bounty or any responsible disclosure regarding that site?
I'm not sure about it because the thing is, the company has not opened up a bug bounty program at all. But if the other person who is sitting on the other side, right, and they are really good and they have formulated something, then they should be able to reward you. But you should not expect anything because you are reporting to a company who is not running a bug bounty program.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
So Anand, there are some comments, Anand. You can just see that and you can answer the it was convenient for you
Sure.
in the chat box.
Yes. So first one is from 1+7. So just wanted to know, how do we start a career in penetration testing? Can we tell in steps? So you should learn basic coding languages like Python or Java, and then you can learn OS web top 10 web vulnerabilities. You will find a lot of tutorials online on YouTube or many other sources. You should also read the blogs written by security researchers. You can easily find them over Twitter or over Google, and that's how you can start. So it's kind of easy. Then, hello, sir. Is there any step-by-step process for bugging any given application, or is it just brute force as a starter, which is the first place to start from as per your experience? So I think you should start from coding languages. You should have basic coding knowledge. And as I said earlier, you can start with OS Prop 10. So OS has basically listed out top 10 vulnerabilities which are figured out in a web application. So the easiest way is to start learning each of them. And there are a lot of vulnerable domains which are vulnerable images which you can host on your own local machine, and you can practice those vulnerabilities on your own machine. That will help you solving practically it as well. So next is, I have a question. Bug bounties are highly competitive. What do you think we should do to increase our chance of finding? Just keep trying. So bug bounties were always competitive. So keep trying and you will end up finding issues. So you are an ex-VITN. Can you please share some of the experiences in college related to coding? What made you to choose hacking? So I learned PHP, HTML in my college, and that was kind of breakthrough. So I wrote something and I found my vulnerabilities in my own code. So that helped me a lot in starting in security. When you find vulnerabilities in your own code, then it's a kind of nightmare. So that's it. And what made you to choose hacking? So I was more inclined towards hacking even before college. So I was more interested into these things. That's it. It was the interest. Can you please tell us the best source to learn about penetration testing and ethical hacking? Best sources are, as I said, you can start learning OS Prop 10, use Burp Suite as an intercepting proxy, and try to figure out basic issues which I have discussed in the talk. Are certifications like OSCP helpful? While yes, indeed they are. You should try doing them. Do you recruit freshers? Do you recruit freshers in your company? If yes, then what will you? We expect basic coding knowledge as well as basic vulnerabilities. You should have some experience in doing bug bounties. Hall of Fame matters. It's not like we only hire people who have found big vulnerabilities and got rewarded higher, but you should have something. Hall of Fame is fine. If you have found something and you were not paid for it, that is also fine. So after learning a language such as Java or Python, what should be the next step or course to learn? So as I said earlier, OS top 10 is the best thing. You can try hunting for top 10 vulnerabilities one by one. Practice them. Yes, I think I'm done with the question.
Any other question, friends? If not, we'll wind up the session.
Sir, not like a question, sir, but a small doubt. Like,
Yes.
yes, sir. Anand, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sorry to disturb you again. So we had that Arogya Setu source code. So could we find any a fault or a bug in it?
No, so basically I didn't have time to look at it. To be very frank, I'm much more involved in other day-to-day activities. But if you know security, you can try out finding issues in the app and try reporting it to the government.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so in case if no questions, then we will wind up the session. So thank you, Anand, for spending your time. And I hope the video can be shared in YouTube platform, right? Because there are so many disclosures are there. Is it okay that we'll share it as a video to our students?
Sure, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anand. Okay. So thank you very much, friends. Yes.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me.
Yeah. Welcome, Anand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, sir.